Hey guys, Dan here, RETIREMAX Financial. Hey, we are still digging out from the massive snowmageddon that dumped about a foot plus of snow on Hampton roads over the last couple of days. But it is beautiful outside today. It is sunny. The snow's starting to melt, and we are ready to get the weekend started. So, as promised, we are bringing back another special episode of everyone's favorite financial show. This week, we are taking a look at a case involving a Navy Chief Petty Officer with 20 years active duty service. As an individual is 37 years old, getting ready to retire in a year, and we are going to see, can RETIREMAX ELITE, our exclusive program, beat out a traditional military retirement? So stay tuned, because we're going to find out on this week's episode of Financial Friday from RETIREMAX Financial. All right, so we are down to the screen and we are about to get into the numbers. So we said this week we are going to be looking at a case involving a 37-year-old Chief Petty Officer in the United States Navy. His rank is E7. He's got 19 years of active service and he plans to retire at 20 years. Now, we'll say for this scenario, his life expectancy is age 92. And because he's still active duty, he has a monthly salary, so he's bringing in just under $9,000 a month. He's got a little bit of TSP savings. He's got $10,000 in there. We can definitely use that to accelerate his retirement growth because he wants to convert that to predictable income later on. We said his starting pension, based on his time in service, is going to be just under $3,000 a month. And in this scenario, in the traditional retirement scenario, we're going to be saying that he's going to take the survivor benefits plan, which is going to cost him 6.5% of his pension in exchange for a guarantee that his wife, his spouse, will get 55% of his pension if he passes away before her. That is a big if, okay? So we have to say that the total benefit, we don't know what that's going to be because if she goes first or if something happens later on in the marriage and they don't end up staying together, that benefit could be gone forever. So we'll also say in this scenario, because the individual wants to protect his family, right? Chief is, he's a family man, that he wants $500,000 of life insurance coverage. So he's going to go with the infamous VGLI, the Veterans Group Life Insurance. VGLI with $500,000 of coverage. Now, we know, if you guys have seen from previous videos, if you haven't, definitely recommend it, that VGLI costs go up every 5 years, right? Every 5 years, the costs increase, the premiums increase. So what looks like an attractive number at first, $60 a month, eventually turns into over $2,000 a month at a natural age of mortality, right? His chances of dying when he's young, fairly low. Obviously, those chances go up as we get older, and so do the costs. Okay, so if we take a $500,000 policy and keep it in effect and force for his entire life, he will have spent over $500,000, $501 to be exact, for a $500,000 death benefit. Okay, so we say his total pension value, now this is not inflation or cost of living adjusted, these are in today's dollars, just to be fair. His total pension value is just over $1.2 million. All right, so we're going to subtract out the SBP because that's taken from gross pay. So that's going to take him down to just over $1.1 million minus 25% tax. We're being a little bit generous there, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. We'll say 25% is going to take him down to $853,000, and then we're going to take out this whopping VGLI total, which is going to bring him all the way down to $351,000, and then we're going to add back in the $500,000 death benefit, which is going to bring him to his total retirement benefit of $851,521. All right, so that's your traditional retirement, $851,000 total benefit. So let's go ahead and drop back down and see what RETIREMAX ELITE can do. All right, so back down to the screen. So now we're going to look at the RETIREMAX ELITE scenario. Okay, and in this scenario, we're going to replace SBP and VGLI with a properly structured Indexed Universal Life Contract, right, an IUL. And we're going to say in this scenario, he's still going to start out with a $500,000 level death benefit. And he's going to contribute in that first year while he's still making his salary. He's going to contribute $600 a month, and we're going to roll in $7,000 from his $10,000 TSP savings. There is going to be a little bit of tax to pay on the front end, but we're willing to accept that because we're going to front load this policy and we're going to get that cash value growing, okay? This account, the way that we structure it, favors cash value. Okay, we still have a death benefit. In this case, it's going to be a level death benefit that's going to eventually go up over time because the cash value is going to force it to go up over time. So what he's going to do is he's going to start out at $600 a month with the $7,000 lump sum. And then in year 2, we're going to go ahead and drop that down to just the minimum premium. Okay, why are we doing that? Because he's getting ready to retire, right? And he's, he doesn't know exactly what his follow-on career salary is going to look like. So we're just going to kind of ease the burden a little bit. Okay, we're going to drop it down to $235 a month, and we're going to do that for an entire year. Then starting in year 3, after he gets his retirement job and he's making a lot more money, we're going to go ahead and crank that back up to the original $600 a month contribution. This may or may not represent 10% of his salary. 10% of his salary at that point may be $1,000 a month. We don't know, but we'll just say for this scenario, $600 a month, which is going to give him a total lifetime IUL personal contribution of just over $220,000. So he's going to take the money that would have otherwise, gone out the window to SBP and VGLI, and he's going to put in $220,000 into an IUL over the course of his life. His starting death benefit is going to be $500,000. So let's just take a look at what this looks like on the ledger. So we're starting here at the end of year 1. He'll be 38 years old. He will have put in $14,200. He'll have a death benefit of $500,000, and you can see our cash values are already starting to build in year 1. Year 2, even though we drop down to a minimum premium, we are still building cash value. Our total account value is still continuing to increase. So once we pick back up with that $600 a month, you can see it's illustrated on an annual basis. We're not illustrating any loans. We're not doing any infinite banking or any kind of dynamic banking with this. All we're doing is we're just putting in $600 a month coming directly out of his salary. These are post-tax dollars, okay? So this money is growing 100% tax deferred. And when we access it, it's going to be 100% tax-free, okay? His cash values will continue to grow, and he can use those at any time. So we continue on down. We go all the way down to the age where he'll start drawing Social Security, which is age 68. And we can see here that his death benefit by that age will peak out at $801,000, right? You can't even get $800,000 of VGLI, but in this case, he's got $800,000 of death benefit at age 68, and he's ready to start drawing tax-free income. So at age 68, he's ready to start taking his retirement income in addition to his pension, and in addition to Social Security, and in addition to any other income that he might have. Could be a second pension by then. We don't know. He's going to be able to draw $61,500 of tax-free income against his death benefit every single year. Okay, so you can see the death benefit's going to start to go back down because we're taking this income. These are tax-free loans that we're never planning to pay back because the death benefit is going to pay them off every single year, all the way up to the age of 92, where in this scenario he passes away. Now, in that year, when he passes, you can see his death benefit, $511,000. Now, we could have taken a little bit more income, but I wanted to make sure that it stayed consistent with the VGLI numbers. So $511,000 has conferred to his family tax-free, and he has drawn out $1.5 million of tax-free income, right? So we said his total pension value was $1.2 million. We still have to subtract the tax, right? Because Uncle Sam's still got to get their fair share. They're going to get their share one way or the other, right? So they're going to take out the tax, 25%. So he's going to be down to $912 at this point, right? Then we add in the total IUL personal contribution, which we said was $220,000. That brings him back up to $691,000 of his total pension value. Okay, so his residual pension value, $691,000, almost $692,000, right? Now, we said his total IUL income, right, because we jumped back over, right, we said his total IUL income was $1.5 million. So let's add that back in, $1.5 million. Now, because that's tax-free, we're going to add in the assumed tax advantage, which is about 25%, we'll assume for this scenario, which is going to bring him up to, an income value of $1.9 million. Now, we also said his death benefit at age 92, that's going to convert 100% tax-free to his family, $511,000, right? Which brings his total benefit, right? We add all those numbers up. We add up the residual pension value, the added tax savings in there, and the death benefit, and we come to $3.125 million, right? $3,125,438 of total benefit. And again, this is not including Social Security, not including any additional income that he has from any other job sources, whether it's starting a business, whether it's additional investments, whether it's a second pension, okay? This money literally is just pure military retirement benefit. Back up top. All right, so did we do it? Did RETIREMAX Elite conquer the traditional military retirement? We went from $851,000 to over $3 million of total retirement benefit. So I would say that is a resounding hell yes. RETIREMAX Elite wins the day. So if you guys want to learn how these strategies can work for you and how we can tailor them to fit your budget and your financial needs, head on over to victoryxfinancial.com or send me a message on Facebook. We can schedule a free, no obligations 30-minute phone call, and we can see how we can protect your family's financial future and build your legacy for many, many years to come. All right, once again, I'm Dan with VictoryX Financial, and we'll see you guys in the next video.